What's up? Chloe here with Build Your Path. What if I told you there was an industry that needed hundreds of thousands of new employees each year across the nation, and the average pay for entry-level workers is a real livable wage? You'd probably sign up now, right? Well, you're in luck because the built environment industry is exactly what you've been waiting for. So now that I've told you flat out that the built environment industry is the answer, you probably want to know what the built environment is. Well, why don't you hit pause and watch this video? No, really, just click and watch this video. I'm gonna go grab a snack. All right, let me guess. Some of you didn't watch the video. All right, fine. Here's a quick recap. The built environment industry encompasses every career that has a hand on getting something built. Generally, you think of houses and skyscrapers, but the built environment also handles building roads, bridges, hospitals, malls, and more. The wonderful thing about the built environment industry is regardless of the type of work environment you are looking for or your varied skill set and interests, there is bound to be a job for you. You may love to be creative and want to focus on the design of the buildings, like being an architect, interior designer, or virtual designer. Or maybe you excel in math and science and want to be an engineer that looks at the logistics of how the building will be constructed. Or you like to work with your hands and want to be on the job site working on every aspect of the building, from the electric to the brickwork to the cooling system and more. There is even an option for people who like the office life while also wanting to be on a job site. For example, a construction manager is responsible for making sure all components of the project are coming together on time and on budget. There are also jobs that are non-traditional, such as marketing professionals, lawyers, accountants, and administrators that are just as important to the success of construction companies. With all these opportunities, you'd think there would be no shortage of women, right? Wrong! Women account for only 9% of workers in the built environment industry. That's why we had to make a video about it. Thankfully, the perspective of women in this field is changing. But what is it really like to work in the built environment industry? Well, you don't have to listen to me make stuff up. Let's hear from the experts.
Working in the construction field is busy.
I would describe working in the industry as a new and different experience every day.
Changing the landscape of the city I live in.
Something new every day.
Wow, the industry as a whole sounds great, but what's it like working in a male-dominated environment?
I do a lot of administrative work, but I got kind of tired of that, so I wanted to go out into the field. So I had one of the foremen teach me how to hang, tape, and finish drywall, because that was the industry that I was working in. You know, he was like, you sure that's what you want to do, you know, little lady? And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to learn how to do.
One thing that I see that we constantly have to do is prove ourselves. The mindset that we can't do the job is already set in place before we get there.
I've always been shown a great deal of respect, so I feel very fortunate, but I'm also not the type of person to walk on a job site and pretend to know that I know everything.
Ugh, why is it so difficult being in a male-dominated environment in the first place? Well, it probably has to do with the fact that women are subject to stigmas and stereotypes sometimes before they walk through the door.
Some of the stereotypes that we are subject to are the same ones that every female in every business is subject to.
It's a mindset that men work harder because we're females, we have families, we call out more, which we don't.
A stereotype in the construction industry for women might be that we're not strong enough.
I do think there's an aspect of a woman coming to a table and having to prove themselves a little bit more so than the gentleman maybe next to her, and both being knowledgeable, also not being passive.
Running a construction job is a difficult job. When women are tough and stand their ground, they get labeled.
Luckily, the industry is more forward-thinking and are starting to accept women and what they bring to the table.
I think women certainly bring a different perspective, and it really creates really awesome collaboration.
Because we are detail-oriented, we get to see the whole picture and not just a part of it.
In any field or industry, we're better if we're more diverse. And I think that is what's slowly but gradually happened.
And now we're in the mode of we can be leaders, and the challenge is to have people think of a leader who might look and sound different.
job comes with a challenge, even these.
So learning the lingo and even being able to sit in a meeting and know what you're talking about. But if if you go to school for that, then you're kind of already aware of what those things are.
No matter what you're doing, there are very tight deadlines, and there's a huge collaboration piece. You're working with a lot of components. You cannot be the one that's responsible for messing up a schedule or a delivery that comes on site because you're affecting the entire project.
There are new issues to solve every day, and they're all different. In order to take action and do the right thing, you have to make quick decisions, and you have to be ready to take risks.
The construction industry in itself is a very challenging industry. Nothing's black and white. There's a lot of gray areas, and just managing everybody's expectations. But then you have to manage your own expectations and your team's expectations and make sure that you're giving of yourself what your client's paying for.
But as long as you love what you do, each challenge will be worth it in the end.
The most rewarding part, without doubt, is meeting so many different diverse people from different backgrounds.
You'll never be stuck in a position where as though you're just doing one thing. It's never the same. It's always changing. Another thing that I found out that is very rewarding is the pay.
For me, the most rewarding part of the construction industry is really the progress of the job. Just watching it from beginning to end unfold and progress.
You can go back and see the projects that you worked on years and decades later. Every piece of that project you still remember.
It was really rewarding to me is the philanthropy of it all, to be able to reach out and reach down and reach back and help other women who are interested in the construction industry.
Now it's time to do just that and give back to all of you. Our experts have some words of wisdom to share.
The opportunities are there. Just take the risk. Learn as much as you can and step out there and get it done.
Take the hardest, most difficult, most challenging assignment and just own it. I think that's the easiest way to make a big impact early.
You can look at this being something that you're just not going to succeed in, or you can flip that and say, hey, this is an opportunity to be part of something really incredible. If you're forward thinking, this is an opportunity and I'm going to go for it, I'm going to take it.
Just make sure that you always stay true to yourself and don't be afraid to ask questions. People generally love to teach.
Becoming a member of the National Association for Women in Construction really did help me to be able to be around women who were in the construction industry, who could give me insight on things that I wasn't accustomed to.
If you like teams, if you like to collaborate, if you like to solve difficult problems and have a little fun along the way, maybe get your boots dirty and be outside a lot, this is a great career.
So there you have it. The built environment needs you. For more information to help you build your path, check out our website.